The home of UK emerging artists.
Future Hits.
Future Hits Radio, and I'm joined now with Olly Puffett. How's it going, Olly?
Yeah, not too bad. You alright?
Yeah, I'm good. During the
During the lovely
liquid lunch there.
Mate, it's a liquid lunch. I didn't have breakfast, so you're on to the next one.
You didn't have breakfast and you played as well.
I had a sandwich from Co-op, but I wouldn't say that's breakfast.
So you just played just now, right?
Yeah,
How was your
in
set?
the church.
How was
It's only a couple of songs, but it went really well. Like the acoustics and stuff were really blinding.
I was just saying to Rob and Felix from Rooskin that singing in church, the acoustics must be like so amazing in
I've
there.
never played in one before. The last gig that I did was in Bethnal Green in a bar, and you got people talking and stuff like that. So having people just sitting in the pews and like listening, and the echo sort of surrounding it, it was decent to be fair.
I guess when you're like doing it in a church as well, you're like more present rather than an actual gig, because you're sitting down, you're absorbing, you're taking in the whole music.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's just there listening.
Yeah.
There's no distraction, so you don't get distracted, so your performance is a lot stronger. Yeah. And then you got the echo and the reverb of the acoustics in the church and stuff like that. So, yeah, to be fair, it sounded really good. So I'm really chuffed to be.
I'm glad to hear it. So is this your first time performing at Leigh Folk Fest?
Yeah.
How are you finding it? Were you nervous?
To be fair, yeah. I mean, you're nervous as soon as you know that you're going on. And then as soon as you start playing, it's just like, you're in it. So
I feel like it's good to be a little bit nervous though, because it gets the adrenaline pumping.
Yeah, well, you want to perform well, don't you? But yeah, I guess once I started playing, as soon as you know that I think when you play the first song, you're probably a little bit ropey, and then you get acclimatised to your voice and the sound around you and stuff like that, and then you realise that actually people are listening and you're not in a busy bar where people are chatting and stuff like that. They're actually focused on you, so you're like, oh, I better step up.
Guess it's more like intimate as well, which is nice.
Yeah, it was really good. To be fair, if I ever got the opportunity to play in a church again, I'd do it. It's next level.
It's a different way of saying I've got a gig, because you expect to be at a gig venue. When you say church, it's quite exciting. It's very different, right?
People don't, how many gigs are in churches? Like, not many. Even the Union Chapel and stuff, they do. But everyone's there to listen. Yeah. So I guess the nice thing about it was that everyone was there to listen. And when you play, a couple of songs or whatever, it just sounds better, and you know that all eyes are on you. So you get into it more, because they are more focused on you. Yeah. So you become more focused when you're playing.
Get the limelight and you love it, right? So how would you describe your style of music for those who haven't heard of you?
I'd probably call it sort of like indie pop, but with an element of rock underneath. I'd say that, to be fair, I'm still finding my sound. I mean, the two songs that I've got on Spotify at the minute, one's very sort of synth-led, kind of like that Blossom sort of, that kind of wavy sort of feel with like a drum beat on the background, but then the other one's an acoustic live version. So, to be fair, when I played today, it kind of fitted the mould in the sense that I was able to do the acoustic stuff, yet because a lot of it is chord based, like most music, but I'm not like playing with synths or a band or whatever. It sounded really good in there, and I'm really happy with how it went, and it allowed the song to be a lot more organic. Yeah, I think.
Do you have like any artists who inspire you when you songwrite, when you sing, or artists you look up to in the music industry?
Yeah, I'd probably say so my taste has changed. Like the bottom line is, like, I grew up on Oasis, so my songs will always be like basic chord structures and melody. It will always be like that. Like I can't come out with a hip hop tune. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm playing just the chords and trying to get the song to kind of resonate so that people can either sing along or have a little bit of a pop catch to it. But then, yeah, I'm still working it out, to be fair.
That's good though, finding your feet. Music's all about process, because a lot of artists in the mainstream, they kind of evolve, don't they? They always find their feet, they kind of evolve with their sound. So don't put the pressure on. I'm sure you'll get there.
I'm not putting the pressure on, but it's one of those things where you do one song, you think, right, well, what's the next one going to be like? Is it going to be the same? Is it not? Are you going to do something different? Yeah. And the way that production and stuff is now, the sky's the limit. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, all right, yeah, I might be sort of chord based and sort of just me and guitar and then maybe some sips over the top, and then might do a tune where it's like, you know, something completely different, but it's different playing it live acoustically than it is, you know, when you're in the studio. It's two different things.
I've been asking this question to a lot of artists and bands today, as it is Leigh Folk Festival. What is your opinion on the South End music scene, and do you have any particular favourite bands?
Yeah, I've got a couple.
It's like, I love that, yeah.
Yeah, too right. So I'm from Billericay, so I'm only down the road, but I am a South End United fan, so growing up here and sort of knowing people more from Basildon sort of way, like Rooskin and like my mates Pete and that in Beach for Tiger, they're really good. They've got this sort of psychedelic thing going on. And then you've got Rayoa, who are, you know, Pixie boys, Basildon boys, but they obviously all levitate towards Southend. You've got Youth Club and stuff like that, and Pete plays in a lot of them bands and all. But yeah, I think that, there's the Trusted.
Yes.
I heard them the other day for the first time, really like them. It's just good, do you know what I mean? You just...
it's a nice mix.
Yeah, it's just you want bands like, thing is, bands are like, everyone talks about the 90s and noughties now, and like bands are like dying out, if you like. But the thing is, there will always be people that just gravitate towards them. So the more that people play and the more that people put themselves out there, the better for like music, and it will encourage other bands as well to play better and up their game. Oh, they've released a tune, we best step up. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, the South End scene's good. I mean, it's the best in Essex, really.
I like that. I agree with you. Yes, it is.
You don't hear any bands coming out of, you know, Stamford-le-Hope, do you?
Yeah.
You don't. You're like, it's...
And before we round this interview off, because I want you to enjoy yourself, and I
Thank
feel like
you.
I'm holding you, but where are you playing next? Where and when?
I haven't actually got any gigs lined up, but to be fair, it'll probably be at the Paul Prime, really.
Okay.
I reckon that'll be probably the next one that I do.
We'll keep our ears and eyes peeled then.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Ollie, for this
Lovely
interview.
chatting, thank you.
This is for future hits. Anything else to say to round off? Any shout outs?
Hello, Mum.
Over and out.